It's me, 5XP, and we're playing what I believe to be, assuming we play it with proper cadence and I don't have any major mess ups, the endgame scenario, session 3 is it's called in the rulebook, of the Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era. This is the Fighters Guild quest line for the map of Black Marsh. And so the way the game goes is you pick a territory, you pick a guild, you match those two together, it tells you where to read in the rule book, and then you just follow that quest line along. Pretty simple stuff. And we finished session 2, I'm calling it quest 2, last Friday. We ended a little early because I didn't want to start this end game session and then finish way late. So hopefully we're gonna put all the end game. There are 3-day scenarios, each one with a wall of text that hits you big time. So let's go ahead. Honestly, I don't see any reason to wait. Let's just get moving. So this is day 1 of end game, Dead to Roots. So we have, I believe I read this last time, but we're going to read it again. Your investigation into the strange experiments being done on local plant and animal life have led you to a grove of trees situated near the heart of Black Marsh. As you approach, you notice that the landscape around you seems to have fallen into decay. While often dangerous, the flora and fauna of Black Marsh have always struck you as vibrant and stalwart. But things seem different here, more corrupted. Your ears are pricked by the sound of combat, and you rush forward to see that someone has arrived here before you. You recognize him as Bodian. This dude, which I don't recognize, but okay. I think all quests in Black Marsh end with this end game, so I don't believe the Fighters Guild stuff that we were doing really kind of ties in so far, but we'll see what happens. Bodian I do not recognize. He's one of the leaders of Outer Watch, and he calls out for help as he battles a wide array of fearsome creatures. In between his thrusts and parries, you can see him attempting to cut away brush and stone covering some kind of hollow at the base of one of these massive tree trunks. If you survive this battle, you promise yourself to ask him how you and he arrived at the same place. So the encounter setup, I had to read ahead. It's a little confusing. Oh, go away, bots. No bots allowed. Alright, so we set up a clash using the Delve deck. Seems backwards. Basically, we're hacking away at all of these cache chips. So these cache chips, I'm gonna say, are representing the stuff we're hacking away. Like, we're trying to find a way into some cavity below our feet, and these are the vines and things that we've got to hack away to find an opening. So we've got to go to each of these cache chips, unlock them just like we normally would with, 3 dice, and then the Delve deck that we created, if it has a sky shard, that gets us closer. So we want to collect sky shards. The only problem is that apparently by collecting sky shards, we're going to be hurting ourselves. So this is going to be really tricky, I think. We're going to have, and there's only one of me. So I'd like to keep it that way. But every time we hack away at this stuff, these vines and rocks, we're going to get a Bane token. Our Bane status die in our tray, which of course does true damage at the start of our turn, and that bad. And we're supposed to go to each one of these things, and every time we hack one away, another one appears, and so it's just, I don't know if I'm going to survive just based on the amount of health I'm taking from the quest markers. So not only that, but then of course we're going to have enemy points totaling up to 32, because I'm on Adept and I'm 1 player. So 32 is my session 3 total, which I believe is maybe 1 or 2 more than my current experience total. So I might be slightly under leveled, but it's close enough. So on my turn, I can go find and hack away at some brush on, and that doesn't take an action. Remember, as long as I move into it, I can do it. So it doesn't take a move or an engage action. And there are no explore actions. And Bodian can do it too. He can actually move in and do it. But you know how when you unlock a cache in this game, if the number you need is a 3 and you roll a 5, you can take 2 light fatigue to bump your 3 roll to a 5. He could do it too. Except he doesn't take fatigue, he takes true damage. He only has 3 health, so you don't really want to do that if I don't have to. I assume I want him to stay alive. So here are the encounter rules. Initiate the following clash. At the start of each round, deploy enemies to any unoccupied lettered hexes. And that's based on this map right here. So basically, at the start of each round, I bring it back up to the total bad guy points, which I don't like, but whatever, we'll see what happens. And then when an adventurer unlocks a cache, they gain the item and draw the top card from the Delve deck. If it has Sky Shards, set it aside and gain a Bane die. Yay! Otherwise, they discard it. There are 2 cards, only 2, that do not have Sky Shards in this special deck. So if we get one that doesn't have Sky Shards, we're hitting the Bob Saget, because that's garbage, that's crap. Who shuffled that deck? Then, when a cache is removed for any reason, place a new cache in the next lettered hex. So basically, this stuff is apparently just going to keep growing. As we hack away, it's going to keep growing. So it'll just keep giving us opportunities to gain Sky Shards. Let's see. Bodian may perform the lockpick checks, but take damage. All right. Once we have 4 Sky Shards, we place the entrance tile next to that cache that we gained the last one on. So pretty simple. And then once everybody gets onto the entrance exit tile, ingress egress tile, then it's over. So then we get 2 XP and move on to the next thing. So keywords. Remember, we've been collecting those the whole time. So available keywords. Let's see if any of ours match up. We have intercept intelligence, we have speak for the trees, and we have block operative. Any of these on here? Block operative. All right. Your ability to hamper Deslandra's communication pipeline is paying dividends. I don't know who Deslandra is. All right. That's probably another guild quest that I haven't done. At the start of each round, only 1 new enemy is deployed. Okay. It must be the highest level possible without making the current active enemy point value exceed the initial. Okay. So for some reason, we're able to kill off 2 enemies, then only 1, because of this keyword, only 1 is going to be respawned. It's going to be the max level, but it'll keep us, I guess, from getting the blank pushed in. All right, what else do we have? We do not have destroy equipment, gain ally, gain notoriety, intercept intelligence. We've got that one. Your understanding of Delissandra's previous delve operation has given you insight on her next move. After creating the delve deck, draw the top 3 delve cards. Place each card on either the top or the bottom of the deck in the order of your choosing. Oh, sneak peek. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's see what this, the winning of something earlier is going to do for us. Oh, man. Okay, so these are the top 3. So this was first, this was second, this one's first. Well, definitely not going to put this guy on the top. He's going on the bottom. No way, Jose. And we'll just put these, it doesn't matter what order these are in. We'll just put them in the 2 on the top, the 1 next. So we're basically guaranteeing ourselves 3 Sky Shards. on the first two. That's excellent. And then do we have Dark Blessing? We do not have Dark Blessing. Okay, so I guarantee you I'm going to forget these, so I need your help. 5 XP is going to 5 XP these things. So we need to make sure that we're only deploying one no matter what the enemy point total is. Oh boy. So the enemy total point is 32, so that's a 20, a 10, and 2 1s. 20, a 10, and 2 1s. Let's find out who our 20 is. Oh man, I swear if it has elusive, to go ballistic. Here we go. Oh man, that looks nasty. An Argonian Behemoth. Daze, Divert, and Enfeeble. 8 health, 4 attack dice, and 2 defense. Oh my goodness. Alright, where's my status book? Here it is. Alright, Daze. After this unit's engaged, apply a Daze status to the target, and Daze is... This unit cannot roll dice on the same turn it moves, or move on the same turn it rolls dice. At the end of this unit's turn, remove the die. So that's different. So typically these dice stay in the tray. Normally they stay in the tray. Okay. Then what was it? Divert. This one is the one where they cannot be killed unless they were already at 1 hit point before they engage. So with 8 hit points, that's gonna be, that's 2. What's the last one? Enfeeble. After this unit's engaged, its target gains that many light fatigue. Holy bonkers! This 20 is out for blood, man. Alright, so that guy, where do they get placed? Number 1. 8 hit points too. That's a lot. Holy cow, it's stacked to the heavens. And we're gonna put him on number 1. Crazy amount of health. Alright, this is a 10. An Orc Wizard with Arcane. Man, these Enfeeble guys, my entire tray is gonna be full. I don't think I've done Arcane before. The damage dealt by this unit is true damage. Yikes. Everybody remember what true damage means. It bypasses your defenses. And he has a range of 8. A range of 8. Come on, game. Let's see. He is here. All right, let's see. What else? I mean, two 1s. 2 1s. Let's shake it up a little bit. Let's start with this guy. A wolf! With riposte 2, so you don't want to hit that guy adjacent. Otherwise he'll smack you 1. Smack you 2 on the way back. Alright, he will be 3. Did I do that wrong? I did do that wrong. There. Okay, that's correct. One more, number 1. What do we got? Skeever Pup. Rot. And this one, I believe... Keywords. Who's memorized their keywords? Not me. I believe that's the one where if he is going to die, he's going to take you with him. After he's defeated by an adventurer, the adventurer gains 1 over fatigue. Oh, I do not like over fatigues. And where's number 4? 4 is right next to me. Fan-stinking-tastic. Are we ready to start? I'm ready to start. 18 minutes of prep. Let's get this game going. All right. Oh, my max head drumming a little bit. No good. And we'll see how that works. All right, so our goal, remember, is not to defeat all the enemies. So that's a positive, but not our main goal. We're going after these chips, these cash chips. We need to collect sky shards and then GTFO. So obviously I think that's going to be our goal, is get the hell out of here as quick as possible. And you're welcome to jump in at any point. Tell me where to go, what to do. I'll take it under advisement. And also don't forget channel points on Twitch. If you guys want, you can use your channel points to add a reroll to the channel. The rerolls can be used for good or ill. If I do really well, you say, nah, it'd be more fun if you didn't do well. You can tell me to reroll that. And if I do really bad, you can tell me, we don't want you to lose 5 XP. We're all in this together. And then you can give me a good reroll. So use those channel points and get me some rerolls. But right now, I think we're just going. Good guys go first. Remember, I am an archer. I'm playing an Argonian archer. I am a master archer, and at the start of my turn, I can do 2 damage to anybody in range. And unfortunately, because I'm an archer, I can't do anything to anybody that's adjacent. So this little skeever puck's just gonna sit there. So let's see, who am I gonna do it to? How about, let's see, is he in range? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 5 away. I have no tenacity. No tenacity. Well, let's take a look at my board today before we start. So I think this is where we're going to end up. On Friday last, we picked up these 2 new, acrobat dice. So I have the one where I can move a whole bunch, do damage or heal for things I move through, and then these are now like deflects. So I can try to avoid, dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. This is my tenacity. I need some tenacity to do my special abilities, so I can roll this die. These are my standard combat dice. So if I'm melee, I can add or if I'm in range, I can use these. These are my archer dice. This one is my acid die, which I can try to throw little acid darts. This one's my barrage die, which I can just pound somebody with like shot after shot after shot until it breaks. This one is the split arrow. You know, what was it? Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and Costner rips off the flights and splitsies. That's that die. And then these 2 are my regular piercing die. And then the green right here, these tell me how far away I can shoot and how many dice I roll and how far I can move. And unfortunately, these little sons of guns right here, these black die, that's over fatigue. So this first round, I'm going to recover nothing. They go to the back of the bus and then come back. So those black over fatigue are staying in my tray until I can somehow heal. And I didn't see anything in the book that said I heal in between, last Friday and this Friday. So I'm stuck with those. The gray fatigue we can figure out. Black fatigue we cannot. We're screwed. All right, so my turn first. I mean, I've got to go get some caches. I can move 4. If we get rid of the 1s, they're just going to come back every turn, but 1s are a little bit more manageable. If we kill a 20, he's going to come back. There really is, because we're at 32, I don't see any combination of anything to kill that makes sense. Basically, to me, I think we just go after the level 1s so that only one of them can come back each round. But if we kill a 10's going to come back. If we kill a 20 is going to come back. So it does not matter to me about killing the 20 or the 10. I feel like we need to kill the 1s and call it a day. And really, the only thing I can think of is just getting through these chips. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that. So I'm going to move 1, pull the card, You guys remember how to do this? We get 3 turns to roll these exact numbers with these exact so we're trying to get 3, a 5, and a 5. All right, so we get a 5, but we rolled a 2 and a 2. Now we get 2 more turns, 2 more chances to roll a 3 and a 5. This is really close to a 3, we say, and if we want to turn it to a 3, wait, would I roll it there? Then we can get 1 light fatigue. We take 1 gray cube to turn that. Man. Not sure I want to play that game right now, but I want to get these things. So we're taking a gray cube. We're turning that to a 3. So now I need a 5 with this one. All right, got a 4. Should I take a light fatigue to turn that into a 5 just to get this first one, which we know is 2 in our pockets? Oh man. I think we might need to do that. All right. Oh man, that's basically 2 turns that I'm not going to get any dice back. All right, so we turn that to a 5. We get 1 light fatigue, turn to a 5. I get whatever this is. Thanks. It's chicken. Leroy's chicken. Discard this item, then lose 1 hit point, roll a d6, and remove light fatigue from your cooldown track up to the rolled result. I could do that. Have some rope up here. Alright, so basically this thing is really gonna help us right now. What? Oh wait, no. So I get a Bane die. So that's this guy right here. This little slice with little drips. That goes in my cooldown tray. And that thing's gonna stay there until it goes all the way over. So when it drops off the end here, it's gonna stay in. So that's 2 turns. So we're gonna recover these 3. Oh, we did recover these 3, and then they went in. Then we got 2 light fatigue after we moved. So it's gonna be 2 more rounds. And I do have an ability to maybe get rid of that thing. It's this one, Sea Giant Gloves. If I spend 2 tenacity, I remove a status die from my cooldown track and heal for 2. So I could use this right now, lose a hit point, roll a d6, try to get rid of those light fatigue. Then I'll be 1 hit point down. Then next turn, when I have tenacity to spend, I'll have taken that hit point, and then I'll get it back and get it removed. So that would be, I think that's the plan. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to spend that. That's gone. And now it appears over here. Spend that, roll my d6, get rid of 4 light fatigue. Light fatigue only! I do not get to get rid of over fatigue for any reason unless I have a card or a thing that says I get that. So, not going to happen. That over fatigue is unpleasant. Alright, it's still my movement. Those cash chips do not... Oh, and I get the top. I get the top one. Oh, that's the quest. Egypt. Alright, so here it is. This is the one we get. It's got 2 sky shards. We're setting them aside. And then we're going to continue our movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to finish our movement on this cash chip, which I think goes there? Yeah. Oh boy, let's see what we get this time. 3 turns. I think all of these are 3 turns. I don't think that ever changes. That would stink. We need a 6, a 4, and a 3. Oh, okay. A 6, a 4, and a 1. 6, 4, and take 2 light, or do we want to roll that 2 more times and try to get a 3? Because remember, we could get a 3 being right in the middle. Should make it easy. You know, if we end up rolling a 6, it's still just 3. If we roll a 1, it's still just, you know. So it's right in the middle. So I think I'm going to roll again. All right, so that would cost us 1 less, but I'm going to roll again. Ha ha! Take that, RNG. Success! So we get this, a U Inferno staff. This is going to do me nothing. So if we remember, where's my Great Clips pencil? I do not. Great Clips is not a sponsor. So this symbol right here means that you have to be in that stance, which is right here. So right now I'm in ranged combat stance. If I wanted to switch stance at the beginning of my turn, I could use this. But right now it's just junk. Well, let's read it anyway. So Destruction Staff, drain 1 available combat skill die to ignore your target's defense stat for this engage. That's not bad. All right, so, you know, being able to get rid of these white die right here that maybe you're not using because you're in magic stance, you know, you drain it, which means it comes completely off. It doesn't go in your tray. It just, you set it aside for the whole combat. The overtext of this one is after the engage, recover all drained skill dice. All drained skill die. So, man, that actually would come in major handy. Sadly, though, it don't do squat for me. And then guess what? I take, what is it? What's this called? A Bane die. Right. Now, I don't take any damage until the start of my turn when they're in there. Now, can I have multiple of the same in my grid? Is that a rule? Who knows about that? Mr. The Rulebook knows about that. I sure as heck don't. So let's find out. What are these called? What are these called? Status die? They're called status. Okay, now my brain is failing to find status die. Status effects. Page 6-7. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I'm sorry. Status effects are temporary conditions that units gain during any kind of encounter, represented by the die. When an adventurer gains a status, the corresponding status effect die is placed in the leftmost open slot of the track. It applies to the adventurer until the status effect die is recovered or otherwise removed from the cooldown track. If an adventurer would gain a status die they already have in their cooldown track, the die in their cooldown track is instead removed from its current position and placed in the rightmost open position. Okay, so I don't get 2 Banes. It just refreshes, basically. It just maximizes the cooldown. It re-ups, the dot is re-upped. When an enemy or companion gains a status die, the die is placed on that chip. They cannot gain multiple copies. Note that quest units cannot gain status effects unless explicitly stated. The status effect remains applied for the remainder of the battle. Ooh, boy, okay, there's a 5 XP. There's a 5 XP moment. Unless an ability or effect would remove the die, or until the unit is defeated. So, man, my acid darts, we could have been doing some major damage with those things. Here, I was using them, and then whenever they ticked, I would just take them off. Oh, wah, wah, wah. 5 XP, you've done it again, oh boy. That's my fault. But I might use it this time. I can throw some acid darts on the wizard and the Goliath or whatever. So if we remember these boys, these unpleasant unfriendlies, they have this guy's got a defense of 2, this guy's got a defense of 1. If I throw a Bane on these guys, it's true damage, and it ticks at the start of each of their turns. Could eventually get them down. I don't really plan on staying here that long, though, right? I want to get out skis. All right, so I've done my move. I'm done with moves. I need to now shoot at somebody. Let's roll some dice. And at this point, I think they're going to roll a lot of dice against me. And I want to revisit those acrobat skills that I got last week. The expert evasion and the duelist rebuff. I got those 2 dice. Both of them are cooldown items. Let's see, so while expert evasion's in my cooldown track with that face up, if I'm dealt damage, you may prevent all that damage immediately and recover the die. Or while this is in my cooldown track and you are engaged, you may gain up to 3 light fatigue. For each fatigue gained, you may treat 1 enemy combat die as a miss. Oh, okay, so each time I am engaged, while that is in my cooldown track, I have the option to gain up to light fatigue, up to how many die I want of the bad guys to miss. That's really cool. I kind of like that. I like it a lot. And then the other one, the duelist rebuff. While this die is in my cooldown track, if I'm dealt damage by an adjacent enemy, I can prevent that damage and force them to damage a different enemy adjacent to you instead. Oh man, I think I'm gonna have to have that one in my cooldown track. Because I would love for this guy, which you can't see who I'm pointing at, Mr. 20, to come and attack me and then deflect it over onto this guy. That would be excellent. Unfortunately, I will have to move him out of the way, otherwise he's going to be the target. This is Bodian. And right now I was going to have Bodian go up here after my attack to try to get that one. Oh, right! I was successful, so I get this card, which gives me another Sky Shard. So we are 3, so I'm hoping that he could just get that, we could place the exit there, and be done, and move on. So who am I going to shoot at? I have a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could kill him. I could throw some darts. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can only throw darts, acid darts, at these 2. Can't throw it in an adjacent. And he's 1 too far. So perhaps... And this guy's got 2 defense. And oh man. It'd be kind of cool to get rid of him. But again, he's just going to come back no matter what. How about let's get some tenacity, being the first round. Let's get some tenacity. Let's get some... Honestly, I could just smack this guy adjacent to me. Which one is the ignore an adjacent guy? No, they're all... This guy's going to move away and range me. So... I think we're going to do this one. This one's the avoid damage die. And what else? I don't need the fast mover. I think we'll just try to smack this guy in the face next to me. Yeah, we're gonna do a real simple turn this time. All right, I'm targeting the Orc Wizard with this one. All right, so I get 4 tenacity, and this one is drained. So I pop up to 4. It's immediately drained. I do not get that die back for the rest of the combat. This could give me another tenacity. This face was... While this die is in your cooldown track, I can gain light fatigue to treat things as misses. So here is a tenacity. We'll get another tenacity, go up to 5. I do 1 damage to the guy, but he's got 1 armor, so that I think I'm not going to use that. And then we'll put this in the cooldown track all the way over here. Now, so basically I did no damage. I gained a truckload of tenacity, which I'm going to now use. And I got my little, whatchamacallit, the avoidance die. I think it's time for me to use that sea giant glove. That is, remove a status die and heal. Because I don't really want that status die in there. Especially if I'm not going to get targeted next turn. I don't know, because I don't know if we get a refresh on the next day. Oh, fine, I won't do it. We're just going to let that tick. Nope, no, we're not. All right, we're removing the status die, spending 2 tenacity. That's with the sea giant gloves, and we're going to heal up to full. All right, that was that tenacity spend. Now we're going to spend tenacity from the archer. So the archer tenacity spends are a little different. So I can now heal, I could do lethal, I could do hunter's discipline. Well, 3 status, I could not do venom arrows. So I think lethal arrows is probably the best. Roll 2 enemy combat die against a targetable enemy. Roll damage is true damage. Alright. Roll damage is true damage. So here are the enemy die. Spend 2. Who am I going after? How about that skeever pup? Actually, you know what? I actually don't think I'm going to do that at all. Because I don't think any of those guys are going to be able to reach us. So I don't think these guys are even going to... They're going to move 2, but they're not going to get to us. So I really don't know if I want to kill anything. I think I just want to get the heck out of here. Alright, so I'll say I'm done. Now he's going to come up, take that chip, and we get to roll for him. 3 turns to roll a 3-2-3. Oh, that's not that great. Remember, he takes... if I want to adjust his stuff, he's going to take damage. He's going to... And I don't want him to die. I need him to be successful on this so he can put the exit right there. But I also need him alive so that the bad guy targets him on his turn. So... Oh, darn. So he could take 1 damage, 2 damage, and then reroll this twice. Then he'd only have 1 left. I feel like we're supposed to keep him alive. It doesn't say. It doesn't say keep him alive. I feel like it'd be a nice thing to do. So it's against my better judgment, I'm going to reroll all of these. Oh man, this is not good. Okay, well I got a 2. Oh man. Oh, okay. So we're back to the same thing. He's going to have to take 2 damage in order to do this. And I think he's just going to have to deal with it. Good luck to you, sir. So Bodian's falling on that grenade for us. So we can hopefully turn this into... Well, actually, let's find out. If this can heal him for anything. No. For this engage, you may target adjacent enemies. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, so this might change how I play. Here's my current bow, Ash Longbow. If my target's 3 or more away, I can, and I use a combat die in that attack, I can turn it to a 2. Just turn it to a 2. This one though, I can now shoot adjacent characters. That's really stinking good. Alright, what about the overtax? If this engage defeats an enemy, recover skill dice equal to your enemy's range stat. Interesting. And this one is, you have unlimited range if I overtax. Remember, overtax means you're going to break it at the end of it. Dang. I think I'm going to take that. I think I like adjacent targets better. All right, if this is 4, the door opens. All right, we got one. Okay, so we got all 4. The way is not shut. We open that up, put it there. Now, next turn. So we have to survive this round and then get on that tile. And then we get on the tile, we win. Yes. Let's double check that this counter is successful if at the end of any round in which all undefeated adventurers are occupying the entrance tile, any quest unit companions that are not occupying the entrance tile at the end are discarded. So, yeah, I think he's gonna die. He's got the level 20 right next to him. That's no bueno for him. He could go out swinging. Let's do that. Let's have him go out swinging. So, this is Bodhi. He had Bodian. He's got Motivate. I didn't read that one out, did I? What is Motivate? At the start of this unit's turn, all adjacent allies gain 1 tenacity, and all adjacent opposing units lose 1. Didn't know opposing units could lose tenacity. Alright, so he's going to roll 2 attack die against the big boy. I'd love to see him go down swinging. Yeah, that's the way it is. So our big boy here has 2 defense, and 1 isn't going to do anything. It was a nice try, Bodian. Alright, now it's bad guy turn. Starting from the highest chip, this guy, just in case you need to see him again, he is going to attack an adjacent guy, and all adjacents is going to attack. But he's already adjacent to somebody, so he's just going to roll 4. Yeah, he's dead. This Bodian's toast. Sorry, Bodian. Yep. 4 damage. Bodian has 2 damage reduction. He takes 2 damage. He only has 1 health. I'm not a very good ally, am I? Alright, that guy's done. The level 10 will go next. He'll back up to get in range. He has a range of 8. Range of 8. He's rolling only 1, but all his damage is true damage. So he rolled a 1 on me, of course. I can't do anything about true damage. True damage is true damage. And that's his turn. We'll start with the Skeever Pup. We'll move 2, 1, 2. The Wolf will move 2, 1, 2. And it's the start of the next round. Round 2. At the start of my turn, I do 2 damage to an enemy in range, or in sight. So let's take a little pot shot at at the wolf. 2 damage to the wolf. Because why not? Because why not? I like kicking dogs. I'm just kidding. I don't like it. Let's just shoot dog. Why'd you pick the dog? All right. So now we are in the recover. I take my 3 over fatigue, take them to the back, slide them down. And I need to get away from them, right? So he can move here and here. So this guy's going to hit me no matter what. I don't like that. He's going to hit me, so I'm going to have to go all the way back of the bus. Maybe here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could shoot anybody at that range now. All right, so target-rich environment. Who should I go after? I could splitsies. Let's splitsies. That's this one. This one allows me to, split arrow. And let's just do all the damage we possibly can. So let's barrage, because I just need to survive. I should be fine. And I switched out my bow. Of course I did. Now I don't need it. So let's do regular penetrating ones. So we're just going to roll all damage. My target is going to be the level 20 guy. Because why not? He's the one that's going to do the most damage to me. Level 20 guy. Big money, no whammies, right? Big money, no whammies. All right, no, so far so good. I got tenacity on that one. Do I want to play with that? Yeah, I'll take that as a tenacity. So that puts me up to 4. All right, this is 1 damage and it penetrates. So he now only has effective. Here's the guy I'm going after. He has effective defense of 1 now. So he's going to reduce whatever my damage total is by 1. This just tells me, yes, you do get to hit 2 targets. So these 2 are going to go up there. And this one gives me 2 damage. How are we going to use? How are we going to do that? So we're going to say 2 damage, and I can roll this one again. Bob Saget! So that means that my arrow breaks, and now I either do 2 true damage to myself, or I drain all the die I used in this gauge. So I'm gonna take 2 true damage, right? Yeah, I'm gonna take 2 true damage. I mean, I want to do damage. Ah. I know that hurts, but oh well. All right, so I did a total of 3. Woohoo. 3 damage to this guy and 1 other target. So actually, I only did 2 damage to him because it's 1 defense. 2 damage from him, but 3 damage to, I could kill the skeever pup, or I could do 3 damage to the wizard. Yeah, let's do 3 damage to the wizard. Alright, well that wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be. But now I have some tenacity spends. I could... I'll show those again. I've got Hawkeye, so I can spend 2 of those tenacity to heal up to 4. I can get 4 hit points back, just because there are 4 bad guys in range. That's excellent, if I really wanted that, because the troglodyte or whatever, that giant stinking gargantuan guy we shot at, is going to roll 4 damage dice against me. The wizard's going to roll 1, which is true damage, so I could take a crap load of damage this turn. I do have this yellow die where I can grab light fatigue to turn things into a miss, if I need to. These 2 things, these 2 skeever guys, the wolf and the skeever, are too far away. They're not going to do anything to me this turn. I could throw lethal arrows. I might do lethal arrows. That would do, I get to throw 2 of these, they're true damage against the big boy. But at the end of the day, I think I probably need to heal. Right? I'm down 3. So I will spend 2 to heal 4. I don't get him his bonus, but I did go back up to 5. And then my turn is over. Not the best turn, not the worst turn. All right, level 20 guy. Moving, attacking. 3 damage. And he's gonna daze me as well. I think that is... I think that's this one. And that just means next turn I have to either move or attack, but not both. However, I think I'm gonna grab some light fatigue and ignore some of those, right? So I can do 2 light fatigue to ignore 2 of them, so I'll take 1 damage. Or no, I'll take 2 damage. No, because that wizard's gonna do 1. How much is that wizard gonna do? He's gonna do none. Because then I'll get these 2 damage back when I recover at the end of the day. Alright, so then these guys, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's the end of the round. I'm on the exit tile. We win.
That's it! We did it!
We did it!
High fives. Alright. At the end of a battle... Actually, let's read... Is there any end of battle text? No, they're just like, good job. Go to day 2. I get 2 experience. I recover all my skill dice. The status effects are not persistent, so they'll go away. I come back, bad guys go away. They'll go in their respective bags. Pup and the wolf go into the 1 to 5 bag. The behemoth and the wizard go in the 10 and 20 bag. Poor Bodian gets buried. Sailor prayer or something in his native tongue, which I don't understand, but sound like gibberish. Plateau, Verado. Everybody will feel happy about it. And we'll feel less bad that we used him as a sacrificial pawn. But now we can go straight to day 2. Which I'm actually kind of glad that that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. But it was that keyword. It was the keywords that did it. That whole intercept intelligence where I could grab those delve cards and kind of prearrange the deck. That made a huge difference. So now we're going to endgame day 2. Oh wait, no. It's a day. So end of day. So after battle, I get to use any experience points. Oh, right. It's Friday. In Indiana, we get tornado sirens. That freaked me out for a second. And we just happen to live like a city block from this stinking tower with the giant blaring horn. So when it points in our direction, woo, it's pretty loud. We will know when there is a tornado, that's for certain. All right, 2 experience. What can we get with 2 XP? We could get another combat die. So let's take a look at it first. Let's make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. These numbers at the top. If the skill is on the right, use the black number, and that's how many experience points it is to fill out the next open slot. So if I want this one, it's going to cost me 3 XP to get that. I don't have it. If I'm going from the left, it is the white numbers. So I can't afford any more acrobatics. I can't afford any more sniper stuff. I can't get any more stamina. I could get another speech die. Or I could hold it and hope that at the end of this next one, I can get another one to maybe get something better, like a sniper die. So it's combat die or bust right now. Combat or speech, excuse me. Now looking ahead, we will get 1 XP for this next thing. Let's look at speech. This would cost us 1 experience to add a speech at level, and since we already have an authority, we could get a level 2. There aren't any level 2, so we could get an intimidating or persuasive die. Intimidating is remove an adjacent non-quest enemy with hit points equal to or less than this from the battle and is not considered defeated. This is hit points. It's not the value. It's not the like their hit point total. So you could still do it to a level 20 with only 2 hit points left if you get a 20, if you get a 2. But yeah, or anybody with divert, you can get rid of them, you know, because they're not technically defeated. All right, what's persuasive? see. This unit becomes a companion controlled by you, and at the end of the round, they wake up and say, that wasn't very nice. So it says combine the value of all persuasive. Oh, okay. So you could have, okay, there are 2 persuasive, there are 2 intimidating. If you rolled all your intimidating, you could have a high amount of hit points. That's an interesting idea. It's actually a really cool idea. If you could do 3 dice at a time, you could potentially get rid of 6 points of bad guy. One guy with 6 hit points. That's pretty much anything I've seen so far, except that giant behemoth we just had. That was 8 was the highest I've ever seen. I don't think any of these are going to help us, except maybe getting another authority. Yeah, I think I really like getting free tenacity. You know, since I'm build off of that quite a bit. Oh, hey, guess what? I 5 XP'd again. You remember this? Anytime I'm targeted, I get a free recover. Recover the leftmost die in my cooldown track. Whoopsie! So I could have recovered a bunch of that. Let's say I got engaged twice, whatever. Oh my gosh, this guy. So I can grab another tenacity or a regular combat die. What are we thinking? You like any of those? You like any of those ideas? More tenacity or a combat die, or save it because you don't know what you're gonna get. What do you think? I'm open to suggestions. There is no wrong answer. In fact, I don't think there's, just like any of the other chip theory games, I don't think there are any wrong answers for any of these kinds of things. These pathing, these branching decisions for gaining dice for your character. All right, I'm gonna grab another tenacity, I think. That is dark green. So spend 1 experience to grab another wolf and throw it down on my board. So now I'm maxed. I can get no more. This whole bottom row completely filled up. I can no longer gain any more speech, and I can no longer gain any more acrobatics. But I think we're good. We're good. All right, then at the end of the day, I recover 2 hit points to get back to 5, and I recover, recover 2 dice, which I still have those 3 over fatigues. Nothing can get rid of those things. All right, now we're on a new day. I almost skipped all that stuff. Dead to Roots, Day 2. You rush into the newly revealed cavern, which immediately envelops you in a consuming darkness. By bane or blessing, the opening collapses behind you, and Bodian quickly lights a torch. Whoops! Quickly lights a torch to illuminate your surrounding. Many of Black Marsh's most mystical trees have roots that converge in this area, Bodian explains as the firelight flickers across his scarred features. There is much we don't know about these roots' connection to the extraplanar forces, but one of the Outer Watch's former members, Deslandra, plans to corrupt them in hopes that she can weaken the connection between the world of Nirn and the realms of magic. Help me uncover her excavation so we can rid these lands of her blight. You look around and realize that many of the vines you cut away from the Hollow's entrance are pulsing with a magical energy. You need to store a few to help the healers of Black Marsh counteract whatever Deslandra is planning. But perhaps you can also use some to give you an edge in the final confrontation. You look back at Bodian. He's breathing heavily, and in the dark, it's hard to see the extent of his injuries from the previous battle. He might not be able to continue. I think we figured that part out. He dead. So let's read this. Encounter rules. Discard 1. Oh, I discarded all those. Whoopsie. That's what I get for not reading ahead, I guess. All right, we got 4 sky shards from before. It says discard player number sky shards. 1. 1 sky shard gone. Okay. You may then choose to discard any additional sky shards. For each additional sky shard discarded, each adventurer may either gain 2 bonus experience, remove 1 additional die from their cooldown track, and heal for 1 additional hit point during the rest step. Okay, of this day's rest step, or refresh 1 expended potion. Discarded sky shards are shuffled back into the delve deck. If at least 1 additional sky shard was discarded, you may set the weather to rainy. If at least 2 additional sky shards were discarded, you may set the weather to sunny. Delve cards with 2 sky shards still count as 2 sky shards, but their sky shards must be discarded together. Any sky shards, that's so many sky shard words, not discarded during this step are not shuffled back into the delve deck and are instead set aside, making the next quest step easier. And we get one experience for this no matter what. All right, well, didn't say anything about poor Bodian, because I think that's irreversible. Dead is dead. Maybe these were his dying words. Like, you go on. Don't worry about me. I'm dying. Well, okay, I'm peeking ahead. Oh, of keywords. We have keywords for today. Obtain artifact. What are our keywords? No, we do not have that one. Recover reagent. No. Speak for the trees. We do have this one. Examine the corruption of the roots. You almost feel the trees call out as if they know and trust you. You are a true defender of nature, and nature will respond in kind. Except if you shoot a dog when you don't really need to. That's not in here. During the adventurer's rest step, each adventurer may remove all fatigue from their cooldown track. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna hug trees for the rest of my life. Look at that. Yeah! Kiss my grits right there. Trying to be nice, trying to be verbally good for all. Okay, so that's fantastic. Oh my gosh. So then I don't have to use sky shards to remove things from my cooldown track and heal, because I'm already max heal, but I could use one to get some bonus experience for the final, right? So let's burn one. Let's burn a sky shard to get 2 XP, which I don't think wait, hold on. I get 2, so I'm at 4. I'm at 4 XP, because I get 1 for this. I get 1 for this quest, 2 for the sky shard. I had 1. Ooh, that changes things a bit. I could get another snipe die. I could get another snipe, or I could get another combat. Or I could get another stamina for range. Because I don't know, it could be on a regular old mat like this, or it could be a delve where we're branching big things and I need range. I feel like 4 is pretty good. All right, so snipe dice. That's our basic standard level 1 die. There are 4 of them. We only have 2 of them. And this allows me to penetrate. So ignore 1 defense on your target for this engage, right? So that's our standard one. We could get, and we only have 1 available slot. Put it in. So I only can get 1 more. We already have we do not have volley, actually. We have acid spray. There's only 1 of those. We do not have rapid fire. Let's deal 2 damage to your target for each snipe die in your cooldown. Okay, so if we were stacking snipe die, I mean, so that's 1 build. That's 1 build I didn't do this time, is you just get a whole snipe die, and then you get rapid fire. So that's, yeah, 4 and 2, and then all of a sudden you're doing 2 additional for each snipe die in your cooldown track. That's a cool build. We have Arrow Barrage, and we have Scatter Shot, and there's only 1/1. So right now I kind of feel like maybe we either get 1 snipe, or we get volley. Because this is deal a total of 4 damage to Aziz. Come on, man. 4 damage to adjacent enemies. Then place yourself in an unoccupied hex 2 to 4 way. I feel like that's probably where we should go. Let's do it. I love this plan. It's a great plan. What could go wrong? So, what does this one look like? It looks like shooting arrows into a puddle of water. Got it. Alright, here it is. Shooting arrows into a puddle of water. Now, because I can do damage to adjacents, I think... Oof, switching my bow out might be a... We're going to read ahead first to find out which bow I'm going to use. Whether if it's close quarters, then I'm going to want my adjacent bow. Otherwise, I'm going to want... If it's like a delve where I have to go far into a dungeon, I'll probably take the ash bow. Alright. How much did we spend there? We spent 3. So I have 1 experience remaining. I don't think I get to use that anymore. We're going to find out. If I don't get to use any more experience... Yeah, so you need to basically spend all your experience for this last one. I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend that last experience to get myself a tenacity. Is any leftover experience, that's what you can do. Would have been nice to have 1 extra experience to get another combat die, but it is what it is. Just remind everybody, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, playing the game, modifying my rolls, and just giving me general comments on what you guys think. So if you are enjoying the show, hit that like, hit that follow, hit that subscribe, all that fun stuff. Show your support. I love you guys and thank you very much. So let's get to it. Day 3. Endgame, dead to roots. Wall of text. Prepare. Trudging through the mud and darkness, you hear commotion from the tunnels ahead. You turn a final bend and see the wood elf Deslandra standing in a large subterranean clearing. Okay. Does anybody know, is this like a character from Elder Scrolls Online or one of the original like games? Is this somebody that I should know? I feel like I should know this character. I'm unfamiliar. Alright, she's standing in a large subterranean clearing. Find the biggest roots you can, and I will imbue them with my solution, she shouts. If we are to fully cleanse Tamriel of magic, we must sever every tie that binds it. Corrupt these roots, and the rest will follow. As you adjust your footing, you slip in a deep puddle, and Deslandra turns to look in your direction. Her face pulses with an amber energy. You realize she has turned her testing on herself. She will be the vessel that corrupts the roots. You are too late, foolish adventurer, she says. Once the magic of Black Marsh falls, the link between planes will weaken, and Nirn can finally liberate itself from the shackles of magic. You may kill me here, but my soldiers are already in place. She speaks confidently, but you heard her orders. The roots haven't been turned yet. Okay. Encounter setup. Take all General and Black Marsh Delve cards, except for any Sky Shards set aside from day 2, and shuffle them to form the Delve deck. Okay, so this is take all. In the previous one, they had us do all kinds of shuffling and sorting. Alright, set up the following delve. Okay, it is a delve. So we're going to be exploring using the end of session difficulty, which is 32. Placing the 17 hex tile adjacent to the entrance tile as shown. Right. Deploy quest unit Imbued Deslandra to Hex A with additional hit points equal to me, 1. When deploying the initial enemies, only use 1 level 20 enemy before using level 10 enemies. Well, that's fine. Again, because I'm running solo, my enemy point total is 32. And when you go from highest to lowest, that's 1 level 20, 1 level 10, and 2 level 1s. If it were 42, it'd be 2 level 20s and 2 level 1s. But this is saying no matter what, only 1 level 20. So, all right, let's set that aside. Whoops. Get that in there. Come on. All right. Deploy quest unit imbued to slaughter hex A. So get that out of there. And remember, these delves can take over the whole table. So we're going to start with this one down here in this corner. And we'll see if we might just be moving everything. About there, I believe, is what it's telling me. Or am I having to follow traditional rules? Actually, it does. It does. There's an opening right there. Deploy unit imbued Deslandra to Hex A, which is right in the middle. Which one is she? Imbued Deslandra. Here we go. Again, if this is somebody I'm supposed to know, you gotta let me know. So 5 health, range of 5. She targets the strongest hero. She has 2 attack dice, 2 defense dice. She enfeebles 2. Oh, right. I forgot to enfeeble me last time, but I got to remove all my dice anyway. Good lord, I am in prime 5 XP form today. And if you want to know why why we call me 5 XP, go head over to Twitch, look in the About Me. There's a little blurb about it. But it's about rules and me paying attention to them. Anyway, she's got Stalwart. Pray tell, Stalwart? This unit cannot lose more than 1 hit point a single turn. Just like a boss biatch to pull that kind of shenanigans. Otherwise, I just come in the room and just go brrrr. Alright, so she gets 5 health. She's right in the middle of the room. And she gets 1 additional hit point for the number of players. Alright, after all numbered hexes are occupied, determine the remaining EP, if any. For every 10 remaining points, choose one of the following. Okay. So we are going to put in just 32 points. We're going to do the same thing we did before. We'll reach into the 20 bag, pull a 20. What do we get? That's a 10. Put it on 20. A Flame Atronach with Maim and Native. Now, Native we don't care about one bit because our character does not use active slots. So, but Maim, that sounds terrible. After this unit's engaged, apply a Maim status unit, or status die. What is a Maim status die? Maim looks, looks like a workplace incident. It looks like a hand's been chopped off. Like, spinning blade, do not put your hand near it. When this unit when this unit rolls combat skill die, the total damage rolled is reduced by half and rounded down, but does not affect true damage. So that no bueno. All right, and then our 10 is a Goblin Shaman with Recover. We know what Rot is. That's the thing that gives you over fatigue when a player kills it. Recover. At the start of this unit's turn, it heals for player number hit points. So 1 hit point. That's no bueno as well. All right, so both these guys are ranged. So, 3 defense, 4 attack die. That is nasty. 3 attack die, 1 defense. Oh man, I don't like either of these guys. 6 health, and you go in the. Okay, come on now. in the first slot. This slot. 5 chips. And you are going right here? Here. Yep. And then I need 2 level 1s. Get that ASMR. It's always fun to hear that stuff when you're playing the game. Like, Khajiit Bandit. Damn kitty cats. And again, another ranged combat guy. With retreat. Retreat being... At the end of the unit's turn, if no units took damage, they gain a stealth die and heal for 1. Alright, this person's going to be right next to them. One more. I don't know. Kind of maybe I want them all to be ranged at this point. Who do we have? We've got, again, High Elf Bandit with Dodge. Dodge being the one where if we roll misses, they ignore damage. But he's a little pissant. 1 little attack die, no defense die. Psh, don't care about you. And he is there. Right now. There. That's actually funny. So wait, 1, 3, 8. Okay, I've done that wrong. 1, 3A, 2, 4. There we go. Let's see. Now, if there's any remaining enemy points, there are not. Scout adventurers may treat this setup as a clash for the purpose of their innate class ability. Okay, I'm not a scout. Encounter rules. Initiate the following delve. During this delve, when all revealed environmental and sky shard effects are ignored. So all when revealed, that should have been maybe in quotes, but it's capitalized, so I guess that's the same thing. So all when revealed environmental and sky shard effects are ignored. So normally, let's use the one that we have out here. Oh, what's up, Necro? So this is a delve card. So this, when revealed, ignored. This sky shard, so the blue is sky shard, ignored. So this one is just saying we place 1 regular cache, 1 legendary cache, and then do this, but everything else is ignored. At least when revealed, environmental, and sky shard. So, I don't know, maybe that makes it easier, better? How the heck should I know? Right? Alright, now I definitely am feeling a bit lonely right now, having all those bad guys and just poor little old me. I hope there's more in here. In addition to deploying enemies from EP as normal, deploy the following quest units at the start of the designated rounds. At round 2, I get Xeric. Sweet. Wait, isn't that... No, wait, this bad. If he's an enemy, right? Oh, I don't like this. Okay. Deploy the following quest units. So we get Xeric on round 2, a Wandering Argonian in round 4. In round 6, which is the first fatigue round, a Corrupted Creature. These enemies deploy to unoccupied hexes on the entrance tile. So they're following me in, I guess? If no hexes are unoccupied, defeat the weakest unit occupying the entrance tile and deploy the quest unit there. Imbued Deslandra takes her turn before adventure. Boo! She may move up to 4 hexes and may move through occupied hexes. Imbued Deslandra always moves towards the closest, you know, like little cave entrance. So like, oh, you can't see it, but so those guys come in later. That's annoying. So any of these little entrance things, you see it like it looks a little cavey thing. So she's gonna move to the nearest one. She always moves towards the closest that would trigger an exploration. So she's going to go to either this one here, this one here, I think. Yeah, so these two. So she's going to move to the closest one, which is, I guess, up to us, which will be this one, because I don't want to do that one. When she moves into an explorable hex, she triggers an exploration. When she does so, you may place a new delve tile with the orientation of your choosing. You must always make sure that at least one explorable hex remains in the delve if possible. So if Deslandra draws a delve card with a sky shard, she gains it. She does not need to move on to the tile. When imbued, Deslandra gains a sky shard after deploying enemies to the new tile as usual. Immediately end her movement and place her in a hex, in hex A. Oh, is this back in the middle? Okay. Or in the closest unoccupied hex if occupied. Then place a stack of 5 hit point chips in an unoccupied hex on both the newly revealed tile and in an unoccupied star hex. And I know it's upside down, but there are 6 star hexes on this one. This one, that's getting confusing. It's lots of words. These are mystic roots. Enemies treat mystic roots as opposing units. And adventurers do not consider them as units, but treat their hexes as impassable. Mystic roots cannot gain status effect die. So, interesting. So bad guys will attack them. Bad guy, oh, look at that. Nice, man. 20 stream streak. You're going for gold. You're awesome, man. I appreciate it. It said, when a Mystic Root is defeated, all units except imbued Deslandra and the remaining Mystic Roots are dealt 1 true damage, and each adventurer must decrease their cooldown stat by 1, or untrain a Magicka stat token. Well, that's easy for me. I got 2. I'm glad I didn't untrain them. So that gives me a free couple. Let's see. If neither can be done, they are dealt an additional true damage. When an adventurer gains a Sky Shard, they place it with a Sky Shard set aside in day 2. And an adventurer may discard a set aside Sky Shard to ignore damage and stat reduction caused by Mystic Roots being defeated. Delve cards with 2 are treated as delve cards with 1. Ah, I saved the one with 2 for the specific purpose. Well, isn't that special? Now I wish I could go back. That's a slap of the face. I had 2 level 1s and a double, and I could have been a contender. Could have been able to avoid 2. So we get to avoid 1 damage. It is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna have to reread that again. That was a lot. All right. At the start of the fatigue rounds, each adventurer is dealt 1 true damage but does not gain over fatigue. Nor are they dealt true damage from over fatigue. Okay, great. When completed, go to the epilogue. Okay, I will. Available keywords. All right, now we only have 3. Lock operative, we got that one. Quest unit, Xeric deploys in round 4. And the Wandering Argonian does not deploy. Yes! So, that makes a big difference. That is fantastic. So, let me go back to that. So Xeric was in round 2, is pushed to round 4, and the Wandering Argonian basically replaces Argonian, and nothing is deployed in round 2. Nice. Alright. Destroy equipment, no. Disrupt operation, no. Eliminate agent, no. Gain notoriety, no. Intercept intelligence, yes. Flip the delve deck face up. When a Sky Shard is gained by quest unit imbued Deslandra, you may set it aside along with the party's set aside Sky Shards, allowing it to be discarded to avoid negative effects. Oh, nice. So she basically, when she gets one, I get one. And it's face up. So I get to see what's coming. So I guess we should probably put this up here somewhere. So let's just get rid of this. Put that right there. There's our delve deck. All right, obtain artifact, nope. Recover reagent, nope. Ruined experiment, nope. So we don't get speak for trees, we got block operative, and we got intercept intelligence. All right, so it definitely made it easier. So getting keywords is definitely making this one easier. So getting rid of a bad guy that jumps in as well, and getting sky shards when she gets sky shards, definitely a bonus. All right. It's a delve, which means this map is going to just explode. I'm tempted to move a bunch of stuff around here. Like, move you out of the way. Let's see, these guys aren't even going to be there. You're not in the room. These things get placed. Okay, yeah, those things get placed as normal. Those are the bad guys that come in. I think I am going to go, because everybody's ranged, I'm going to stick with my longbow instead of the melee attack one. Right. I feel like that's a pretty good decision. I like the ability to do extra damage to things that are far away. All right. Be nice. Stay on. Stay on. Stay on. And let's arrange this the way it is intended in the book. Without it going completely out of camera. Now I feel like we got a little bit more space. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I can do damage to everything. All right, let's do this again. Encounter rules. It's a delve, which means we're pulling delve cards when we get to an exploration hex. She's going to go first, and she's going to head to an exploration hex and reveal and gain sky shards, which now we are going to be gaining sky shards. And then this whole thing of when she moves into an explorable hex, she triggers the exploration. She places the new tile, and when she draws the delve card with a sky shard, which she will, because that's going to happen next, after deploying enemies to the new tile as usual, immediately end her movement and place her in hex A. So she basically comes back, which is so weird, and place a stack of 5 hit point chips in an unoccupied star hex. These are now roots. Enemies treat roots as opposing units for targeting, so that will help. All right. Oh my gosh, this is going to be very involved, and I'm glad we have 2+ hours to do it. All right. And unfortunately, it's still limited by our round counter. Still limited by round counter. Oh my goodness. This one, good luck to us all. So she goes first. Which way? I think she's going to go this way. So she's going to move over here. She gets to move 2, right? Just like every bad guy. She moves 2 to the nearest one, and she does an explore. Pull the card, which we knew was coming. There's a fume-riddled depth, which is, let's get rid of that thing. It's one of these. Now remember, we ignore the when revealed and the sky shard stuff. It's just this. So when revealed, it's just me, and we're going to reveal one level 5 bad guy on here. So remember, the way the delve stuff works, she's going to pop back there. Is I just have to connect an opening to another opening. So in any way I want. I feel like maybe I could do this. Now these two are going to be connected, but this is a wall from the way I understand it. Sounds great. Now, bad guys are going to be dropped on bad guy spots. And man, I'm having some connectivity, I think. I'm hiccuping a bit, aren't I? I'd hate for the stream to look a bit off. Am I looking all right out there? Am I head roaming? It doesn't look too bad. Well, hey, use your guys' help. If it's looking off, if it's stuttering, let me know. I'll see what I can do. There's really not much I can do as far as I know. We get a guy. He's a level 5. Who is it? Well, thank goodness it's not Spriggan. It is a lurker who also banes at distance. I guess that doesn't help. Oh, but he does not. He doesn't roll any attack die. He's got 1 defense. Disrupt. Disrupt is when a unit determines a target, its target must exhaust 1 die from active slots, which I do not care. But 6 health. 6 health. And we get no treasure. No treasure at all. And this now goes into our stack. So now we're going to be able to ignore whatever damage happens. And then we get a 5 stack going on to a star. We're probably going to do it here. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mark these with white so we can kind of have a better idea of which ones are the roots. All right. All right. Now there was more wall of text. So place a stack of chips on unoccupied hell or hex. These are mystic roots. And it's when mystic roots are defeated, all units except her and other roots are dealt a true damage. And each adventurer must decrease their cooldown stat by 1 or untrain a magicka stat token. If neither can be done, we're dealt 1 additional true damage. When an adventurer gains a sky shard, they place it in our stack. An adventurer may discard a set-aside shard to ignore damage and stat reduction caused by this. Delve cards with 2 are treated as 1. And what is our... Oh, crud. Okay, so the battle objective is conquer. So we have to defeat everything. So these stacks of roots, do they do any damage to other things? Do they take turns? I do not see anything on here about these guys doing any attacks. So the only thing that's going to be doing damage to baddies is me. But the baddies are going to be attacking roots, which is going to be doing damage to me. So, all right, so her turn is over. Her turn is over. Boy, I don't know where to even stinking begin. I don't think Bodian would have transitioned to this battle. So I don't think we're missing anybody. And it's just, what can I do to stinking destroy these things? I know one thing. I'm going to be throwing my dang darts. Can I hurt her? Right? Is she like untargetable? She has enfeeble and stalwart, so I can only do 1 damage to her per engage or round in a single turn. So if I had allies, each person on their turn could do 1 damage to her. Yeah, okay. Honestly, I feel like I've got the hang on this one. This one I just feel like it was a bit ruly. And that happens. All right, so we have 1 vine stack. We've got a level 5 lurker over here. We've got the main bad guy here. We've got a cheapo bandit here. That flame Atronach, our level 20 baddie, is here. Who rolls 4 dice. I don't know if I could have, if I move this one here instead to that star, or if I move it here to this star, I can get the flame guy to attack this one instead. Nope, he's going to be attacking 2 of the strongest, so he's going to be attacking pretty much everybody. It wouldn't matter. Let's put it back where it was. Alright, my turn. I need to kill some things. I need to kill lots of things. How do I do that in the most efficient way possible? I feel like I'm going to be attacked quite heavily, so let's... Oh man. Remember, the yellow skill die are only really effective as long as they're in your cooldown track. So if I roll them only, they're going to be the only things in my cooldown track and they're going to go away. So I need to put them far away. So let's go ahead and start shooting stuff. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, everything over here is a target. So I think we're going to be doing some acid die. Yeah, throw some stinking true damage on some bad guys. Let's also... Let's go after this Atronach. And I want to get rid of this level 20 Atronach here. This guy is beefcakes. So shooting at 3 away is going to turn this to an automatic 2. This is going to allow me to shoot more than one thing. Do I want to save that and go with barrage? Go with barrage? Oh, okay, so choices. Which one? Barrage, which is the skill that allows me to keep rolling until I get that, or where is it? That. If I get that, it means I pushed my luck too far and I do 2 true damage to myself. This one is the one that allows me to do the same amount of damage that I do here to another enemy. I think I'm going to wait on this. I think I'm going to do barrage. Alright, so we're going after Atronach, super beefcakes. Alright, well, this automatically gets turned to a 2, so that's good. So that and that get set aside. Let's keep rolling this one. So that I do 2. That does, this side does 2 damage to something and I get to keep going. Oh! Oop! Alright, 2 true damage to me, otherwise I have to get rid of everything else. Alright, so I did a total of 5 damage to the Atronach. 5 damage. I reduce its armor by 1, so it reduces my 5 by 2, so I do 3 damage. 3 damage to him, that's not the worst thing ever. Alright, so those... I'm gonna go in here. To the cooldown track. Get in there. So is that one. And now I get to do my acid darts. So I pick 3 targets. I roll these die. I need to get 7 or higher. So it's not exactly a guarantee. And for each one I put a bane on somebody. So I'm definitely going to do it to her. So the main bad guy, the Atronach, and probably the shaman. So let's start with the Atronach. Bingo! Alright, so that's 1. That's excellent. Bane does 1 true damage at the start of their turn. Alright, now we're going to go main bad guy. Darn, I needed 1 more. Alright, shaman. Yes! Alright, we'll take it. That's higher than average. Getting 2 of those to hit successfully. Too bad I didn't get the main bad guy, though. That's a bummer, man. That's a bummer. Yeah, not bad. I mean, it's better. Man, I rolled a 6. Darn. Could have been better. All right. Now I can move. And I can also spend tenacity. Let's see, who's going to hit me? She's going to hit me. The Atronach's going to hit me. The bandit's going to hit me. This bandit is going to have to move back. And I will be out of range, so I will not get hit by them. This person is also going to move. Let's see, they are range. How is that going to work? So they target the 2 weakest. So they're going to want to move to do that. So they're going to move to here. I think that person's going to move to here. Remembering the AI is a bit difficult, but all right. So where do I need to be? Probably just need to stay the hell here. But do I spend some of that and do lethal arrows? Do I heal? The reason I'm wondering who's hitting me is how much do I need to heal? And if 2 of these guys are going to attack me. Oh no, 3 of them are. So this one, and this one, I probably need health. So I probably need to do my Hawkeye, which is spend 2 to get 2. All right. Not really what I wanted, but gets that true damage back. What else? What's next for me? I think then I'm not going to move, right? I'm just going to stay here. Because I don't need to explore. I just need to conquer. I just need to kill. Alright. Alright, bad guy turn. The 20 goes first. It takes a damage from the true dice. Or true damage. And then we learned today that stays on there. Yeah, I think so too. Weather the storm. And honestly, my goal is to roll the high-speed, high-moving acrobat and hopefully do damage as I move through enemies, but I need to have more of my cooldown track so that they stay, so I can, do my little checkers move. But we're not there yet. I didn't have anything in my cooldown track yet. All right. That was this one. They are going to target, let's do a chip anatomy. So they're targeting the 2 strongest. And they're going to be rolling 4 die. Yikes. That is so freaking much. Oh, oh my goodness, that is fortunate as hell. So, unfortunately, they're doing that maim thing. They've got that maim keyword, which is, after this unit's engaged, apply maim status die to the target. Maim being don't put your finger in the rotating saw, please. Otherwise our insurance goes up. It says when the unit rolls combat die, it's reduced by half and then rounded down. So I am maimed. That goes in my bar. And actually, that's fine. I'm actually kind of fine with that. Because that's combat skill. That's the white ones. And now that I've got a status in my cooldown track, I can use my Sea Giant Gloves to Tenacity to remove it and heal 2. So I feel like that's okay. That's okay. But it's also getting... He's also doing 1 damage to the roots. But they don't get status die. They don't roll combat die anyway. So it don't matter. Alright, now we're doing a level 10. He is going to recover a health and then take a die, because I can do it in whatever order I want. Ha! Take that. He is going to move here, I think. I think what I had ended up deciding was here. He can move up to 2, so he can get into range. I think they're always going to try to get into range of as many as they can, the 2 weakest. So I think they're going to move there. So he's rolling 3 dice against both of us. No, sir, I don't like it. Holy balls. Ouch. Oh, dang. Oh, crap. That is so bad. That is so bad. Oh, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives me 1 health left? Oh my gosh. That's not good. That's not good, team. And does 4 damage to the root. And you know what that means? Actually, I don't remember what that means. I lose a magic stat. So when a root is defeated, all units, except the main queen of the universe, and remaining roots, are dealt 1 true damage. Oh, that's going to kill me. Unless I use one of the sky shards, right? Alright, so I have to use a sky shard, so I have to burn that in order to not take it, and then everybody else. Everybody else, including this guy over here, takes true damage. Now, I like that. That's 5 damage from bad guys taken. But that's not good for me. That is not good for me. Oh, crappity crap on a crap cracker. And then when I'm attacked, so the first guy I get a recover from my helmet, because I didn't remember that last time. And then when they attack me, I get a recover. Oh man, this is not looking good, team. Now you can still lose the final battle, right? That happens. I mean, just like in any game. Well, maybe there's a special thing to read, like you will not be forgotten. Or you will most certainly be forgotten, I don't know. I mean, nobody's gonna find your corpse down under the tree. So that was this one. Now, let's see, let's have this guy go. Now he can hit me. That's fantastic. 1, 2, 3. They can't see me. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so they're rolling 1 die. If they get me, I'm toast. Miss. And I'm engaged, so I get a die back. Then this guy's gonna go. They cannot see me, so they've got to move. And now they're gonna roll 2. Oh my gosh. I don't have any way of... Okay. Well, I might have to do this. Alright, so my helmet has an overtax, so heal for 2 and apply a dazed status die to the enemy performing the engage. The enemy will not remove this status die this turn. I feel like I need to do that. So I'm overtaxing that. It goes away. I heal for 2. And that guy gets a daze. And now this guy's coming up and shooting at me. Oh, give me a break! 2 damage. Yo, Aziz. Focus. Oh, Aziz don't like focusing, huh? Hey, what about that one, Aziz? You want to focus on that one? No, we don't. Hey. Wake up, Aziz. Now this guy's gonna move too. Oh, I do not like the way where this is heading. I do not. It is a new turn. So we're turning this to 2. The bad guy gets to go foist. They are moving 2 to this entrance. They're going to reveal the next tile, which is a dusty corner. The reveal doesn't happen. The sky shard doesn't happen. So I just put a level 1 bad guy on a little try thing here. Oh, all of them are. Dang. So this, and then she moves back to the hex. Puts a 5-spot root somewhere. I'm going to put it, where is a star? Let's do it right here. I get this. Now I can negate another damage from roots. We get to pull a level 1 bad guy. What do we get? Oh, a melee guy. I could kiss the game. However, wait, there are no bad guy markers on this tile. So there are no bad guys that come out for that. Except for this. Okay. So she's done. And now what do I do? Now what do I do? Oh my gosh, I need to heal. So what are my heal things? Right, so roll tenacity to get Hawkeye. I roll this to block damage. Oh my goodness. Oh, at the start of my turn, I do 2 damage to an enemy in sight. I'll do 2 damage to this Khajiit bandit. That will kill him. That's 1. He has no armor. I do 2 damage. What is retreat keyword? Is that going to matter here? At the end of this unit's turn, if no units took damage? Okay. Don't care. Now, I don't know what the rules are for when something disappears from your inventory, if you can grab something out of your pack or not, but I don't think I can. So if anybody knows, let me know. But right now I'm playing it as if I cannot grab something from my backup pack and put it in one of my readied slots mid-battle. I do 2 damage. Okay, I did that. So the start of my turn is over. I can now move or engage or explore. Right now I need to kill everything. I need to kill everything. So to me that says, I mean, dang. I mean, it's either go big or go home, right? So I roll this to get some tenacity to heal myself. I roll this to potentially block things, block damage. And then I could split a barrage. I mean, so this is basically, if I roll this, I can do damage to 2 things. And then I just roll this until I possibly can't roll it anymore. And pray to God, because if I get this, I die. or I could forsake damage this turn for survivability, which is these 2. Oh, on my turn I recover. So I don't get maim anymore. I get my acid back. So any of these things are gonna go in. I love how I can't even see that green die. So the defense, potential get health back by moving through enemies and getting health back. These 2, this one's gonna die. The Atronach's gonna die on the start of his turn by taking that true damage. But I don't, this guy's gonna probably attack and not move. This guy's gonna move but not get close enough. So I'm only gonna be attacked by this guy and this guy, but that's 4 dice. 4 attack dice that are coming at me. That is not good. That is very, very not good. I think, but I'm just worried about So yellow dice going into my cooldown track without anything to keep them there. I need to shoot something at this goblin shaman. I have to shoot something at him. So I think I'm gonna have to move this and shoot at him. Well, let's go for this, I guess. All right, we're shooting at the goblin shaman. So I am shooting at the shaman. Good luck to us all. All right. Not the worst thing ever. This does 1 damage, bypassing 1 damage reduction of the shaman. There's 1. This gives me only 2 tenacity. That's a bit of a bummer. But it's better than nothing. So I'm up to 3. This symbol, what does this one do again? Crossed swords. While this dies in my cooldown track, if I take damage from an enemy engage, you may deal the amount of damage taken to an adjacent enemy and immediately recover the die. Well, I think that means maybe I'm going to move up to somebody and get a little close. And then this one is the... While this is in my cooldown track, when engaged by an enemy, I can gain fatigue based on the number of die I need to change to misses. So that is also good. Keep those on my track. But now I need, say, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 enemies. I'm spending 2 tenacity to do Hawkeye. Heal for hit point equal to the number of enemies within your range. So I'm now back up to full. All right. And then and then I need to move up close to somebody because this die that I got is going to allow me to repost or deflect to somebody else. 1, 2, 3, maybe like here. Oh no, that's a terrible idea because he's going to move in and hit me. He's going to die before his turn. He's going to take a damage, but on his turn he's going to move away. If I get adjacent to this guy, he will be forced to move away and not shoot. And when dazed, he can only move or shoot. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, so my turn is Ovi. And now let's the 20 will go. Take its damage and die from true damage. That's a big win. This is round... It's still round 2. Xeric comes in at round 4. I'm doing everything is kosher. I'm still doing this battle correctly, I hope. All right, so then the level 10 will go. It will recover 1 and then lose 1, then recover 1. So he's on a perpetual cycle of recovering and whatnot. Then he's gonna stay where he is and roll re-attack die. Come on, this son of a bitch! God. Come on, man! This guy's rolling stinking 4s every turn. So, what a jerk. So I have this one, and I've got this one active. So this one is, while this dies in your cooldown, take damage from an enemy engaged. You may deal the amount of damage taken to an adjacent enemy and immediately recover this die. Right. Then I have, when this die is in your cooldown track, when you are engaged by an enemy, you may gain up to 3 light fatigue. For each fatigue gained, you may treat 1 enemy combat die as a miss. Which one happens first? I believe it is up to me. So I feel like, what? I feel like I'm going to turn in that cross swords, deflect it to this jerk. Kill him. And then I don't want any of that. So I'm gonna... Do I take all 4? I know he did 3. Is it based on damage or... Well, let me read this again. For each fatigue gain, you may treat 1 enemy combat die as a miss. Well, I'm definitely taking 1 to knock out the 2, because he had a 2 hit. Then he has 2 others that are 1s. I think I will, and I want some fatigue. So let's take 1 more and just take... Nah, screw it, I'll take all 3. Whatever. So now I don't take any damage. I like that. Does it leave? No, that's the other face. So that stays in there until it's recovered. That is a bonus. That is a bonus. And that's it for him. This guy moves 2. 1, 2. And the turn is over. Still alive. Unbelievable. And... Oh, wait, no, this guy's gonna move, let's see, here and attack this guy. And he would have rolled 4 against this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because this guy targets multiple. Uh-oh. This dirge, this lurker, is going to roll... Oh, jeez. Come on. All right. Who forgot about how Bane works? So he's going to Bane this guy, which would have happened last turn, and he's going to kill it. So now everybody takes 1 true damage unless you remove a card. So everybody except the Queen of the Universe. This guy's going to lose 1. Alright, so we're closer to killing the Goblin Shaman than we were a moment ago. And now it's the end of the turn, so round 3. Feel like I'm missing something. I feel like it should be harder than this. In addition to deploying enemies as normal, deploy the Xeric people at specific rounds. No, she can move up to 4 hexes if she wants. That she hasn't had to do that yet, but she will this turn. She's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to go up to here. So we're going to get another stack of roots this turn. I haven't done a single solitary piece of damage to her. I'm worried about that. Alright, well, it's her turn. Guess what? She's summoning a root. Now, where is she going to place this one? Probably in the same darn place where these guys can still attack it. She's going to come back to the middle, say nana nana boo boo, and then it's my turn. I recover 3. I do 2 damage to an enemy at range or in sight. Well, it's going to be this guy. I kill him. That was easy. Because I don't want to do damage to this. If I don't have to. Alright, now I get... Well, I've got to shoot her. I've got to do some damage to her. And I need to kill the lurker. What can I do to do damage to multiple things? So, all right. Forgot something important. When she went out here, she uncovered. So she went and opened up another delve hex. Let's call it like that. And there are monsters and there are caches. Oh, I forgot the cache over here. But I don't care about caches, to be fair. This one has 1 cache on it. And I'm going to be spawning a level 5 and a level 1. Level 5. Who's level 5? Oh no, not these guys again. Elusive. So 5 health. Elusive meaning I can't hit them at range, which is like the worst stinking possible bad guy for me. And a level 1. Who do we got? Who do we got? We've got a Red Guard Bandit. With steel, so he's going to take my stuff. Alright, and she doesn't get this, I do. That protects me from the vine destruction. And now we get to kill more. So, what do I want to do here? I feel like I want to do 1 damage to her and shoot that lurker if possible. So that means potentially... Honestly, if I can throw darts at her, if I can get a true damage to her every round, that would probably be the best. And then the lurker has 1 shield. So let's throw one of these guys, and I do like the ability to withstand damage. But I think I'm gonna roll for some tenacity. All right, here we go. We're going after. Oh, I'm gonna move first. So 1, 2. Now I can shoot him and her with the dart, but I'm going after... darts hit 3 people, max. Oh, there I am hedge roaming again. That's unpleasant. So maybe I want to come out here. So I can hit that hard. That's a good idea. So we're going to go there instead. So now I can hit 3 things with my darts. But the target is the lurker. Alright, 3 tenacity. We're up to 4. That gives me plenty of options. This will turn to 2. So 3 damage and 1 penetration to the lurker. That's a big one. And now comes the dart rolls. First target. I don't know. Who am I feeling first target? Let's go with the bandit or the swarm. No, I can't hit him, even true damage. So this one has to be the bandit. 5 + 3. That's a bane. Take that. All right, now let's go after the lurker. 4 + 1. All right, now we're going after the bad guy. Please. 7. It's what we needed. Thank goodness. All right, now we're going to be able to do that true damage to her every time she activates. That is a big win. That's a big win. That's it. We did it.
That's it! We did it!
We did it!
All right. So where we sit now, it's bad guy turn. The lurker's gonna go. Because he's level 5. The Hackwing Swarm is gonna go. Then the bandit's gonna go. This guy is attacking basically everything. This lurker is attacking everything at range 3 with a bane. And my screen is hiccuping. That's weird. Oh, guess what? I get a bane. It can't get baned, but I can. And that goes in my cooldown track. And I do have... Oh wait, I didn't spend my stinking... Spend my tenacity last time. I was gonna use my my lethal arrows, but whoops. I guess I'll save it for later. My bad. Alright, now Hackwing's gonna go. It is elusive and native. It is a melee only, and it's going to move 2 towards me. Then this guy's going to take a damage from Bane, and he's going to move 2 towards me. Why did I move so close? He's going to roll 1 attack die. And he's got Steel, which I think if he rolls high, then he takes something from me, that's really bad. So he's doing 1 damage to me, which I don't have anything in my inventory to stop it. And then Steel, when this determines a target, roll a d6. If the result is greater or equal to their hit point, great, sweet. So as long as it's lower than my hit points, they don't take nothing. All right, well now it's bad guy, end of round. End of round. All right, so we're gonna start round 4, which is when Xeric comes into play. So 4, 5, 6 health. Does Bane, Penumbra, and Swap. Now Swap, I remember utilizing really well with the last one, because basically when he dies, he swaps with the least, or the bad guy with the least hit points, the non-quest bad guy with the least hit points. Basically, doppelgangers. So if I can keep killing this guy, we'll put him here so you can see. If I keep killing this guy, he's going to basically kill everybody else for me. So we'll have to play that a little bit. I'm kind of glad I moved away from the starting area, and I'm now over here. You can see I am -1 health. I finally did get a Bane on the main bad guy, which I think is going to help out. And now that all the entrance tiles that are 4, oh no, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now this round she's going to go over to this one and spawn something that way. I was going to say we're done with all the entrances that are within 4. So 1 more round of her jumping back to A immediately. Oh well. Darn. All right, well, it's her turn. She goes first on a new round. She's going to take her darn Bane token. Finally. She's going to move 4 over to here. She's going to explore something. Now, this is not a sky shard. That's no bueno. So, Labyrinthine Marsh. This is a, what's it called? Environment effect. All environment effects, when played, and sky shard texts are not happening right now. That's part of the quest. There is 1 cache and 1 level 1 bad guy that's going to be put on this. Let's take a look. Oh, we're just going to put that right there. Although it does tell me I need to make sure that there's always an explorable hex. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put it like this. That way, this is still explorable. And unfortunately, that doesn't go in our stack because it doesn't have a sky shard on it. That's too bad. Level 1, what is going to be on this style? An Imperial Bandit. 1. He is 1 attack, 1 defense with native, which doesn't do squat to us. He's melee only. So this guy's going to be running quite a bit to get to us. But because she explored, another route is going to be deployed. Let's call it... And actually, I want the bad guys to get this. So where can I put it where the bad guys are going to get it? Right here. I think that would probably be good for me. And if it's not, we're going to find out. Right? So her turn is over. My turn. I do two, at the start of my turn, I do 2 damage to somebody in range. I can't do damage to this guy because he's stinking elusive. I could do damage to this guy if I weren't adjacent. But it's somebody I can see. It's not somebody in range, it's somebody I can see. Well, she's got 2 damage reductions, so that's worthless. He's got 2 damage reductions. That's worthless. So I guess the only option I have is to do 2 damage to him. Well, not worthless. So I can read. And at the start of my turn, I'm baned down here. So I take a true damage. Son of a gun. All right, now I'm at 3 health. That's not looking as good as it was a minute ago. I recover 3. The good news is I have 4 tenacity. 4 tenacity is going to give me the option to use 2 of them to use Hawkeye, which will recover health. Or I could use 2 tenacity to use my Sea Giant gloves, which would get rid of the Bane and heal me for 2. Well, that seems pretty smart. I feel like that's pretty important. So we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to spend 2 tenacity to get rid of the Bane, heal for 2. Those items, that item is awesome. So now we're 5 full health again. And ready to move and engage. And now that Xeric's here on the board, we got to kill him too. So we might be moving towards him to try to do something to get him down. Because remember, with his swap ability, let's put that back out here. With swap, when he dies, he assumes the lowest hit point enemy. That's even if they are all at full health. He assumes them, so that's really good for us. But what's penumbra? Can't remember that one. After this unit is defeated, it replaces the weakest allies. Okay, that's what that one is. What's swap then? Oh, swap is he can move through people. So, and he swaps basically. If he moves into your square hex, you go into the one he last moved through. So he doesn't really have to move through many things. So I'm not going to worry about that. But I could probably do some damage to... And honestly, I think that this guy is how we're going to have to kill this one. This Mr. Elusive. So I'm just going to try to run away from Mr. Elusive the whole time. This guy, I really want to kill the guy who can steal from me. Obviously want to do an extra damage to her if I can, but I have to do 3 damage total. This bandit guy over here has 1 damage reduction. Darn. What can I do? If I move, let's see, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Moving here. I am going to split barrage. Right? Split barrage. Targeting. And I'll do a penetrator and a bonus 2 to target Xeric and the bandit over here. So see if we can't get both of those guys down. I think that would be probably the best course of action at the moment. All right, let's do it. I hope. Oh, check it out! Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Remember, on Twitch, the little animated thing, you can spend your channel points, the points you get just by watching. The free points to get me a reroll. I like that. So this is going against Xeric. We need big money. Big money. No whammies. Alright, so this automatically turns to a 2. Just somewhere. There we go. And that's a 2. Okay, so 2 and 2. That's a big one. Now, this one allows me to split the damage, so each one of them is getting 4 damage. And I get 2 more damage from that. Do I push my luck? Let's see, what does that do? That's 6 damage, that's split to 2 people. That's gonna kill this guy. It will kill this guy. And it will do 4 damage to him, leaving just 2 left. Oh no, it'll do 1 more because I penetrate his armor. Oh, I could get rid of him and that guy at the same time. I should totally push my luck. Now, if this lands on Broken Arrow, that doesn't mean a really bad movie with John Travolta is going to be played next. It just means I take 2 damage. Although at this point, I think I'd prefer the bad movie with John Travolta, right? Isn't it John Travolta? I think it's John Travolta. That's terrible. Well, I don't want to lose all this other stuff, so I'm going to take 2 damage. Come on. I just needed 1. Any of the other faces on this die. Any of the other faces would have been fine. Alright, so he goes down to 1 health. He dies. All in all, a good turn, just could have been better, right? Could have been better. That turn was good, but it could be better. Alright, so... what disappointment. What disappointment. Let's see. Probably want to rotate in down here. Okay. I don't think I can do anything else. Oh, I have 2 tenacity left. Or did I already spend that? No, I spent that on my gloves. I still have 2 tenacity I can use from my archer abilities. So that could be healing myself back up or throwing 2 enemy combat dice against a targetable enemy. This guy has 5. This guy has 5. I could potentially remove that. Oh, I think I have to spend it to do damage. Right? Do damage? If I can get 1 of these to show 1, I will kill Mr. Penumbra and have him take over this one over here. So I'm digging that idea. Because that elusive guy can kiss my rear end. Yes, do damage. Oh man, look at all that. 3 damage? Totally don't even need to do that much. Alright, let's double check how this works again. So, after this unit's defeated, it replaces the weakest allied non-quest unit and assumes its hit points and status die. The other enemy is returned to the bag. So I can still get that elusive jerk, but I have to go back to the bag for it. So that was a successful turn. I have now defeated basically 3 enemies on that turn. But I have nothing to stop damage, and that scares me. I'm hoping that there's no bad guys that are going to come out this round. Right? Let's cross our fingers. And toes and everything else, right? I can't do my eyes. Alright. My turn is done. I already moved. I already engaged. And... this guy's going to go first. He's going to move 2 and 2 towards me. And he's going to Bane at range 1 so I don't get hurt. This guy's going to move 2 and do nothing because he's melee. So, big win. And those vines don't do anything, right? Oh wait, he's going to go after this right here. So he's actually moving towards that target. He's rolling 3 dice towards that. 2 damage to this stack. I forgot about that. Whoops. 5 XP doing his thing. Okay, sorry. Alright, now it's the end of that round. We're on 5. When does that other guy come out? Round 6. The corrupted creature comes out at round 6. Alright, well this guy's going to take a damage. It's going to move forward towards the nearest explorable. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Son of a gun. So gotta move over here. Gonna explore this treasure cache. When revealed, okay, that doesn't happen. Environmental doesn't happen. Let's see what it is. I think we're gonna have to rotate it like that. Back to the stinking hex. And I have to kill all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where should we put this one? Let's put this one. Already got that one. Put it there. And she doesn't care. Alright, and then we get one level 5 bad guy. And it's not a Sky Shard. And I know it's not going to be Mr. Elusive, right? Because we couldn't possibly pull him twice in a row. Okay, so we got a Voraplasm, sure. Who does Bane at range 2 and Enfeeble, which when it engages, it gives you 2 light fatigue, which we totally forgot about last game, right? So you have to make sure I do not screw that up. 4 health. He shows up in the furthest bad guy slot. So the bad guys are trying to kill the roots, the magic roots. And I guess I kind of want them to at this point. So maybe I need to take a round and heal up. Maybe take a round and heal up so the roots get damaged instead of me, like run away. If I run away to this tile though, the starting tile, that corrupted creature is going to show up. I don't know if I want to do that. I do have an empty inventory slot. So maybe I need to go grab one of those caches. That sounds like a decent plan. So on the start of my turn, I do 2 damage to a enemy in range. Which I mean, I could do it to one of the vine stacks if I really wanted to. I mean, I gotta do that. Anybody, it's not in range, it's in that I can see, right? Let's double check that. Yeah, in sight. Can't do it to them. 2 damage reduction, 2 damage reduction, 1 and 2. So I guess it's either the bandit or do 2 damage to one of these things, which will do 2 damage to everybody but her. So that, I guess it is a good thing to kill those stacks. Alright, I'll do 2 damage to, I don't know, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's do it to the stack. Because I can't do it to this one. Because I'm in archer stance. And then with my move, I'm going to go over to this cache. And I hope it's food that heals me or something. Alright, with 3 attempts, I need to roll a 6, a 5, and a 2. Well, that's convenient. A 6, a 5, and a 1. I think I'm going to take that, that light fatigue. Oh, right, I recover 3. I think I'm going to take that light fatigue. That'll help. So I get all of them. Please be nice. What the heck is this? When you would gain a status die, I could put it on this. Once there are 2, he dies. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So basically this barnacle crab is coming to my aid, and he's going to take my status dies instead of me, and he's going to do it twice before he dies. What a friendly creature. What a nice guy. Alright. That was my move. Let's do my engage. I get 4 dice. I need I need to kill everything. So, but I also need to get some tenacity so I can get some heals. Not really sure how I can get tenacity. I've already used both my 2 tenacity creatures. What a swell guy. Alright, so what is this one again? That is my... What is that one? It's the one we just got, but I can't remember what it is. It's my volley doing things to adjacent, so I probably don't need to worry about that one. You want to go after the bandit? I have barrage, acid arrows. How far away am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I moved 2. I still have 2 movement, so I could move back, I bet. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would allow me to get Xeric down with maybe an acid. I think that's a good one. Let's get a shot in on him. And let's do some deflecting. If I can stand next to the main guy and do a damage to the main guy, I think that would work. Let's do that. Unless I want to heal. Actually, you know what? Let's switch that out and do a heal. That's a heal or a damage to things I move through. But I would like to stay alive. Ah, crap. All right. We're doing this one. This is the one that I can take fatigue or whatever. So we are going after Xeric. All right, I got that. I got that, which, dang it. I'm actually gonna take that tenacity. That's not really how I wanted to gain it. And then what's that one? Have we had that one yet? That is acrobatics. That's the while this dies in your cooldown track, if you're dealt damage, you may prevent all of that damage immediately and recover this die. Oh yes! Oh, thank you very much. It's doing 2 damage to what's his face. Unfortunately, that does absolutely nothing. And I'll do darts, and I'll keep that in there. So 3 darts. 3 darts. We're doing Xeric first. Ah, wah wah. We're doing the bandit. 7. We get a status die on that guy. And then, honestly, it's gonna have to be... Can I do true damage to a root? Is that a thing? Let's see what these roots are all about. These are the mystic roots. Enemies treat them as units, and adventurers do not consider them as units, but treat their hexes as impassable. Oh, so yeah, I can't attack them. When a root is defeated, all units except imbued... yeah, okay, yeah. So I do not treat them as units. I just treat them as impassable. So I couldn't do 2 damage to that. I'm gonna put that back. And take 1 away from this guy. Instead. Alright, well, that changes some things. That's gonna be tough. Now, but I don't treat them as units, which means they're not part of my conquer. So that's a bonus. Alright, so I just need to kill the baddies. I think that's a win. Alright, bad guy turn. Alright, so he's right next to this guy. He's going to roll 3 dice. And kill that root. What a jerk! Nature's enemy. Alright, so then everybody takes true damage except for, you know, the lady in the center. And I get to use one of my last Scar Shards to avoid it. Okay, you meanie. And then he's going to move 2, because he attacks and then moves. This guy takes... Oh, wait, it's not his turn. It's his turn. 1, 2. And he can't do anything. This guy takes his true damage. And then is going to shoot... Well, he's going to go to this nearest one. But then he finds me and says, oh, I'll just hit you instead. It's like, not very nice. It's going to do 1 damage. I can either take it, I could take the damage, or I can spend my yellow avoidance and recover it. But 1 damage hardly seems worth avoiding, in my opinion. I will take it? Yes. I don't know, maybe I don't... I have the ability to defend it, so I should defend it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna block that 1 and call it a day. And put that back in my inventory. Alright, and then that was it. That's all the bad guys. And now we are at the start of round 6, which is a over-fatigue round. Now, this is when I have to remember the, I know at the start everybody takes true damage, and I get an over-fatigue, but what else happens? I feel like there might be other things that happen. Or maybe I'm losing my mind. Maybe I'll look up rounds or something. Battle 57. Let's see if this rulebook comes through again. That's round sequence. Adventure turns. Rolling. Preventing damage. What's it called? Exhaust. Enemy turns. Enemy skills. Defeat. Full party wipe. Status effect. We'll find it eventually, won't we? Cash chips. Lock picking. Okay, maybe we're not finding it as quick as I want. All right, yeah, I think everybody just takes true damage, and I take an over fatigue. All right, so it's the start. I get an over fatigue. How wonderful! I take a true damage, and so does everything else on the board. Or do those little suckers? Do they take true damage? They're not units, for me at least. Adventure, let's see. An adventurer may discard. At the start of fatigue rounds, each adventurer is dealt 1 true damage, but does not gain over fatigue, nor are they dealt true damage from over fatigue. Okay, well, okay. So I don't gain it. But, and it says each adventurer is dealt 1 true damage. So I'll take it. And then everything else takes it too. If the way I remember this game is played, the waters are rising. And if I do it wrong, I do it wrong. And we just put a little asterisk on the bottom of the comment section. Alright, now the bad guy goes. Take true damage from the Bane. Move 4 to the nearest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good lord, they're all right next to it. So she gets there. She summons yet another. Let's put that one back right there. And then she zooms back to the middle again, working on her ritual. All right, now it's my turn. I do 2 damage to somebody in range, or somebody in sight. And unfortunately, everybody is right stinking next to me, except for this guy, but he has 2 damage reduction. Can't do squat. So my free archer ability is wasted. I recover 3. I have only 1 tenacity, so I could increase my range if I want. That's not really going to do anything for me, is it? Oh, man. I think I might want to finally... Actually, that's not going to do anything either. So my little move through people and do damage to them isn't true damage, so I can't really do anything, because all these guys have 2 stinking damage reduction. So I need to get some tenacity, or I need to shoot some people really well. Oh, and guess who shows up at the start of this round? Mr. Corrupted Creature! How nice to see you again. Hope all is well with your family. So cornered and native, and he's rolling 4 stinking melee dice. I actually don't know what cornered is, but I assume if he can't go anywhere, he does more. Cornered, this unit deploys with an additional 2 hit points for each undefeated adventurer. That's a lot. 7 hit points, and he's rolling 4 stinking damage die. Well, I was gonna go over here. I won't go there anymore. I need to GTFO. And I need to get some health back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Move over here. Now, actually, this guy's gonna die next round. So they're gonna take 1 true damage from the water level rising, and then 1 level from the Bane. This guy's gonna die this round. This guy's gonna die in 2 rounds, and that guy, if I can shoot him hard, yeah, maybe we'll get lucky here. Now, what are my successes again? I believe it's just conquer. All right. So, holy cow! I almost did not make it to the mute button for that sneeze. There's a chance that perhaps I roll the hearts, and that is move through enemies and gain hearts. I think I'm going to have to use that one. I think I'm going to have to use that one, which is avoid. And then I need to shoot some things, right? I need to shoot Mr. the Keurig. Zurich. I think that's this. I don't really know if there's anything else I can do. All right, let's do it. All right, so we moved. Now we're shooting Zurich. Oh, hot dog. So that's 3 damage that way. I do get the thing where I move through people and get life back. That is fantastic. And I get to ignore somebody's attack on me. So 3 damage, which ignores a piece of armor. So that's 2 damage to him. And I am going to put the health one in the back. I am okay with that result. I just need nobody to hurt me, so I can walk through people next round and gain some health. Alright. Bad guy turn. So, Zurich is going to, since he's already adjacent to this one, he's going to roll 3 dice against this one. 2 damage to that plant. I'm okay with that. This guy's going to move 2 towards the nearest plant. This guy's going to die. Oh, I should have moved this one. 2 to the nearest plant. He's rolling 4. 4 damage. Oh, that plant's gone. Oh, crap. I don't know, that's fantastic, right? So I'm going to block it with my last Sky Shard. Oh, but that's my last Sky Shard. So everything takes 1. So that takes 1. That takes 1. He now assumes the lowest. We're getting closer, but man, this is coming down to it, isn't it? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to have one after this. So is that the end? That's the end of that round. So now it's another round. So I don't get the over fatigue. I do take the true damage. So does everything else. And yeah, so now he takes over that guy? Or is it only non-quest? Because that couldn't make a difference. He could just die. Ally non-quest. So he does just die. Xeric does die. The cave bear is, or whatever the heck that is, right? Corrupted creature. That still remains. And I still remain. And then it's this person's turn. They take a true damage. They find... Oh, I forgot to... Oopsies! I forgot to reveal something last time. That is annoying. That spacing. But it is a Sky Shard, which I need now. And dang it, this stinks. A level 5 and a level 1 are gonna get spawned there. Crumb. Alright, here's the level 5. Breton Marauder with dodge and steal. Melee. And then we have a Wood Elf Bandit with 5 health, with dodge and 1 attack. So these guys aren't too bad. I say that, but they're probably going to live longer than me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 health for the Breton Marauder, which would have lost 1 and moved 2. As I didn't do it last turn, like an Egypt. And the Wood Elf Bandit would have moved 2 and lost 1 as well. So on her turn, she's going to go to the nearest explorable, which is this one. No, wait, we did that one. That one's connected to that, so it's going to be one of these two, or one of these two, or this one down here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go that way. 4. My equidistance. Now, my turn. I do 2 damage to an enemy in sight. Let's do 2 damage to this guy, since he has no armor. I recover 3. And now I really wish I could move through more than 1. So I'm going to be able to move through this thing and get a health back. At least that's the way I understand that. Let's see. Well, this is in your cooldown track. You may move through enemies, although it's not considered an enemy, is it? Ruh-roh. Alright, so now we need to come up with another solution to get health, and that is tenacity. I need to roll a whole bunch of tenacity. We need to get... Let's shoot... I don't have any... Okay, 1 snipe die. You have to shoot something. Gotta shoot something. That is... Well, okay, I have 1 active tenacity, which increases my range by 1. So we're going to be able to shoot this guy. And I think I need to just roll a whole bunch, right? So... any die that has a bunch of tenacity on it. So this one has 2. That one has 2. That one only has 1, so we don't want that one. I guess we're gonna go with this one. All right. Actually, I think we're gonna do the running one, which would allow me to run through more bad guys. I think we're gonna need to do that. Oh man, good luck to us. All right, so we're gonna turn this one to 2 from our bow, which is somewhere on this darn thing. There we go. And we get 5. So I rolled 0 tenacity. This is not good. I rolled 0 tenacity. We do 4 damage to this guy, which will kill him at the start of next round. Is that it? Are we done? Are we dead now? Because I couldn't roll a single tenacity? Oh, I still have my Argonian resistance. When at one point in a battle I can avoid damage, and I feel like, or prevent all of that damage. I think I'm just gonna have to use that on the next round. Otherwise, this is gonna get real bad, real fast. Gosh, this is not good. I only have 1 tenacity. I can't do anything with it. But next round I should be able to move through some people that are still alive, because I've got 5 free health. All right, let's start with the top one. He's going to move 2 to the nearest. Let's do this one. 1, 2. He's going to roll 4 dice. Wow. I'm so glad that's not happening directly to me. So he kills that tree. It does 1 damage to everybody, including himself. Including me, unless I use a sky shard. Oh my goodness, this is coming down to the absolute last wire. All right, then the level 5 guy is going to move 2, 1, 2. This guy's going to move 2, 1, 2. And then that's the end of the round. Next round, doing it again. Everybody loses 1. I'm going to use my Argonian ability because I don't see anything that says that I couldn't use it now. Hope I'm not breaking any major rules. And then this person's going to go and get dead because of the Bane. Thank you, Acid Darts. And now I'm going to have to run across the field. So at the start of turn, I do 2 damage to an enemy in sight. And then I get 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 Rud. Alright, so I can't end my square on somebody. But now I'm going to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I don't do any damage, so I just get it health back. Did I get my 3 back? My regular recover. And now I shoot. If I shoot this guy and kill him, I win. Right? Right. Right. I don't believe I've done anything wrong up to this point. You guys can all help me if I have. I get 4 dice. I need to pew pew him. So let's do a regular attack. What else can I do here? I think a barrage would be a terrible idea. We'll get this one in case we get some tenacity. And I will do the darts one, because we'll see what happens. Alright, we're going after the only guy, the Breton guy left. I did get a tenacity. I'll take it. And I'll get my second tenacity, and I'm going to probably use it to heal myself. Or kill him. I don't know, we'll see. I get an acid one, I do 3 damage to him, and I win! At least that's the way I understand it. Yay! That's it, we did it!
That's it, we did it!
We did it!
Oh my gosh, I needed every single one of those sky shards in order to win that one. And this was on the easiest level of difficulty. I mean, okay. Okay, game. Easiest level of difficulty. Or maybe it's telling me, just don't play archery by yourself, you idiot. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. End game. Epilogue. You've stopped the corruption from spreading through the great tree's roots and extinguished the eerie light behind Deslandra's eyes for good. Apparently, hey, this is her. She's the ne'er-do-well, big bad. You rifle through her stern pocket. There's only one thing to do with all dead, right? It's for loose change. All right, and find a still unbroken vial of her solution. Floating it up to the torchlight, you examine its sticky amber luminescence and wonder what really would have happened if the wood elf had been allowed to proceed unchecked. The trees of Black Marsh are among the oldest living things on Nirn, and you have a feeling they'll long outlast man and Mir alike. Still, even if Deslandra's scheme hadn't worked, grave harm could have come to Black Marsh's ecosystem. You pour the solution onto the ground and pocket the vial. It's best if no one has a sample to study. Fini! Alright, that was Black Marsh. Alright, way to go, team. I didn't even have to use that reroll. That's awesome. Alright, well that was the final battle. The end game, hopefully, I'll put spoilers. I'll put spoilers up on the tag for later. That's the conclusion of the entire quest chain for the Black Marsh, or Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era, as an Argonian archer. So, I don't know, let me know how I did. How many mistakes I made. I love seeing how many mistakes I made. It's like a personal goal, see how 5 XP I could be. How much 5 XP was I today? Was I 100%? 50%? You tell me in the comments how awesome I did today, and we're going to have to figure out what the next game we play is. Like, do we keep playing with Elder Scrolls? I know a lot of people like to do on their second playthrough, they pick a random map, they pick a random guild, they pick a random race or species, and then a random class. So that could be really crazy, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. There are quite a few games left on our to be played list. So if you want to get in on the what 5 XP plays next, hop on Discord. It's in the Twitch, the About Me down below. Check it out. If you liked what you saw, hit that bell, that whistle, that follow, that subscribe on whatever platform you guys are on to show me I did a great job. Thank you guys in advance. You guys are awesome. And that's it. I mean, final thoughts, I guess if I have any, are this game's good. I like this game. Compared to a lot of games I play, okay, it's pretty keyword heavy, but this is the lightest keyword list I think I've seen on any chip theory game. This is not bad. You want keyword overload, you play Cloudspire. That game hurt my head. I like the clashes. That's the one where you use the big map, right? I like the clashes that use the big map and just have a varying setup. I'm not sure I like the delve so much because of the randomness to the table setup, right? So if I'm streaming and I have my character and everything set up, the delve thing kind of makes it a little too random and expansive, potentially explosively expansive for me. That was a bit of a headache. I love the dice. I love that too many bones character creation. It's so fun. They've got, a great thing they've got there for those games. to build your character out the way you want it, the combinations that you think would work great together. Awesome. Fantastic. The replayability is great. Look, this is just the base game. This massive stack of item cards. That's just the common level cards. And it's about half the size for the legendary cards. That's excellent. So your chances of finding something that change your game, like what was the second or first day, the first stream, we got a legendary and it was a staff, like his magic staff, and I'm staring at my character going, okay, I'm an archer, but now I'm kind of thinking I want to be a mage because of how awesome this staff is. And I could have diverted and gone another route. You don't have to. But imagine when you have other players at the table. I think this game would be better with other people. I do. I think it would be better with other people. Does it play well solo? Yeah. I mean, you guys watched. Besides the fact that it's me messing up rules, I play great solo. I don't know if having the like high level, like what are they called? The special weights, like poker chip weights, like the non-plastic, the clay ones, would have made it better for me. Like, would that make this game better? Just like the other Too Many Bones. I don't play with clay chips. I play with just the plastic ones. They're fine. So I don't think I need the premium stuff. As far as this, the little save state trays are great. I love those. Did it really make it amazingly easier? No, not really. I think, I could have just taken notes and figured out which ones I had. I think I do like the fact that I don't have to change these out. I just put the lid on. These little pegs, I find them annoying. I find when you put them in the neoprene, you're scraping on the paint, you're potentially ripping the hole a little bit more. As far as longevity-wise, I probably might find an alternative to the pegs. Maybe just have a die or a little cube. I know that it would get moved around, but like I feel like a cube would probably just not have the destruction effect of the peg and the tiny little holes. But I think overall, I mean, this is definitely a keep for me. I will be keeping the game. I'm taking it to Gen Con for sure. Heck, if you want to play this game with me at Gen Con, throw me a DM. We'll see if we can't arrange it, because I think this game would play better with 2 for sure. 3, probably 4. I don't know. We might start churning a little slower at 4, but it does bring into play the amount of skill lines, right? So there's only so many of the skill lines when you play multiplayer. So only Joey and you would get access to 2 of the destruction staff. Maybe there's only 2 destruction staff, so that the group has to figure out, okay, who's going to get that and stuff like that. So there's a little bit more figuring out and min-maxing characters at that point. But I like this game. 2 thumbs up. Whatever. But as far as this adventure, I think I did all right with the archer. I enjoyed the archer. I enjoyed the archer acrobat combo specifically. Being able to move through enemies, moving great distances, and always being able to get out of a pickle was a really great combination. I probably could have unlearned the magicka to put something else there. Just didn't feel the need on my first run. Maybe as it gets more complex with the difficulty, you're going to need to get rid of stuff. Like pop out the magicka to free up a line. But I enjoyed this game. Hopefully I did it service. I did it justice. And you guys got a good eye on what this is. But as far as today's stream, I think we're done. But for me, 5XP, thanks a ton, guys. Awesome. See you guys.